You know, the United States of America was the greatest country before Trump, and it's the greatest country now after Trump. The white supremacists want to go back. They want to go back to the days when it was legal to own slaves.
You are about to be entertained by the ape, the young man who has become a legend in his own time. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And yes, I have to agree with that. The young man has become a legend in his own time. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. It's wonderful to have you in. This is the Ron Kelly Show, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the Ron Kelly Show.com. Great to have you guys in. The Ron Kelly Show streams live on YouTube and Facebook. Yes, Facebook, the land of make-believe. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that in just a moment. But first, let me just sashay over to and I have to let you guys know that the views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of myself and the parent company of the Ron Kelly Show. It's R. Kelly Media Enterprises, LLC, and are not those of my advertisers or anyone who works for me or anyone who is on my support team. So once again, the views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of me, myself, Ron Kelly, and the parent company, R. Kelly Media Enterprises, LLC, and are not those of my advertisers or my ancillary support team. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's the Ron Kelly Show. And it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com, and is broadcast live on Facebook, the Facebook page, Ron Kelly Show Facebook page, and YouTube. But before I go any further, I just want to pay some respect to this brother, a friend of mine, Al Elliott, who passed on last week, between the last Ron Kelly Show and this Ron Kelly Show. The brother passed on. I just want to pay my respects to this brother. And, I met Al when I was going to my church. Christ Church has a men's group that meets on Tuesday nights, Monday night, I believe. And that's where I met this brother Al and a few other people, Bunny, a couple of other folks. Tyrone Elliott, his brother, who we send our condolences to for his loss. Bernard Williams and a few other people who I met at the meeting on Monday night in Christ Church in Montclair, New Jersey. And, it was there that I communed with these brothers, Al Elliott being one of them. And we became friends. And then we weren't friends. I mean, it's so petty when a person passes away. I'm not saying on him, but I'm speaking about myself. And so, we were friends, and, the brother was in the intensive care unit in the ICU in the hospital, and he subsequently passed away last week. So just peace be upon brother Al Elliott, someone who I knew, someone who I was friends with. And young man, only he's in the early 40s, I believe Al was. And so it's a shame that he lost to the COVID virus. Peace be upon my brother, Al Elliott. Okay, everybody. The Ron Kelly Show is being sponsored by Amica and Porterfield. We'll get back to them. And we'll get back to them right after the break. So one of the topics I talk about tonight is why do women leave their things in a man's house without telling them? We're going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. I got a lot of feedback, if you could call it that, a lot of feedback from folks who are interested to know what I'm going to say about that. So we will get to that. And also, it's what you see, really what you get in regards to women these days with all the technological advances and all the stuff that's available to them, and many of these things aren't available to us. So we'll get to that, and and a whole lot more right here on the Ron Kelly Show. So tonight is football. Shout out to Ronald McCready. Ronald McCready, my brother from grammar school. PS number 9, I believe it was. PS number 9 in Jersey City. Shout out to my brother Ronald McCready. Who also, Ronald McCready also gives his condolences to yes. It's a terrible thing. Young brother, only early 40s, I believe, 42, 43, somewhere around there. Gone, but not forgotten. So I got a couple of hotties, not hot topics I got to talk to you guys about tonight. And we're going to get to it. We're definitely going to. We're going to get to it. Thank you, Ronald McCready, my good brother from another mother. As I said a little bit earlier, the Ron Kelly Show is being sponsored by Amica and Porterfield. We'll get to all of that, and I can't see the ticker. We'll get to all of that, and okay, I can see the ticker. All right, just a few minutes, right after the break. Shout out to DL Jones, one of my smoking buddies who gave me the idea for one of these topics. And you can give me ideas too. Just hit me up on Facebook or whatever. Hey, I think this is interesting. And I'll definitely give it a look. DL Jones sent me, engaged me in some conversation about some of the topics that we're talking about today. So I said, okay, we'll talk about it. So the NFL season starts tonight. It's the Dallas Cowboys versus the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, it's not the best way to start a season for the Cowboys, but we'll see what happens. I'll be watching the show and cringing and hiding my eyes, and because I've got absolutely no faith. I don't want to say no faith, but little. I am ye of little faith with the Dallas Cowboys. Excuse me. I am ye of little faith with the Dallas Cowboys tonight. But we'll see. We'll see. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. So the Ron Kelly Show is being sponsored by Amica and Porterfield. We'll get to them. Amica and Porterfield's Transportation, I should say, located in the Queen City of Plainfield, New Jersey. One-stop shop for all your transportation needs. We'll get to that. We'll get back to the I'll tell you a little bit more about Amica and Porterfield after the first break at 7:20 this evening, in just about 10 minutes or so. Okay, so shout out to DL Jones. We will talk about these topics, and after the break, and we'll get to them. And yeah, we'll get to all of that right after the break. It's 9 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Shout out to my good buddy. Shout out to my buddy Albert Vega, who does this thing on Tuesday nights, I believe it is, 8 to 10. I'm 8 to 10. I'm somewhat sure Albert Vega 8 to 10. Spinning the wheels on DYMusicRadio.com. Support this man. It takes a lot of effort to go on Facebook Live and do the things that we do. So support this brother. Support this man, Albert Vega. On the background is moving behind me. I thought felt like somebody was moving it on DWildMusicRadio.com. Okay, everybody, it's about almost 10 minutes past the hour. So yeah, so what makes a woman leave her belongings in a man's home? Why do they do that? And I'm gonna talk about that in just a few minutes. I'm gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna talk about what you see really what you get. I'm gonna leave that open for you guys. It's what you see really what you get. We'll talk about that too after 20 minutes past the hour. Okay, so COVID is shout out to my people. This past weekend, Labor Day weekend, I was at the Capitol Jazz Fest this past weekend, and a great time was had by all. Shout out to my homies, Dr. Lamb, my Pat Lammy and Marshall Coles, two of my good brothers, good friends, who we all went down together in the same vehicle, and we partook of the Capitol Jazz Fest. Very nice. Very nice. Had a great time. The folks were, it was a more mature type of crowd. It wasn't a bunch of youngins running around. So we had a great time. Myself and Dr. Lamb and Marsh. We had a good time at the Capitol Jazz Fest. I would definitely recommend it for anyone who might be interested in it. A lot of great acts. And it rained that Sunday, but you know what? It still didn't spoil the activity. It didn't spoil the situation. So the Capitol Jazz Fest, held in September this year, will be held in June next year. And I'm definitely putting it on my calendar to go back once again. And the good thing for them, you had to show your vaccination card before you can get into the place. Lucky for me, I did go and get vaccinated. So I did have a vaccination card when I went. So I was able to present it to the people at the gate, because if you don't have your vaccination card, you will not get in. And I made a couple of comments. I made a couple of videos. I am on TikTok. So if you ever see the Ron Kelly Show or you see me on TikTok, definitely, if you see me on TikTok, definitely, hit me up. You can follow me on TikTok. You can like me on TikTok. Yes, I am on TikTok. So shout out to everybody who partakes of the Ron Kelly Show. At 12 and a half minutes past the hour. And the beat still goes on. The schools are opening, some schools are closing. And this is a horrible thing that folks are not taking or not getting the vaccine. Now, look, I butted heads with a couple people on Facebook, the land of make-believe Facebook. Oh boy, I'll get to that in a second about the land of make-believe. But, you see, and I get it. But see, me personally, and I didn't, because I'm butting heads with people that are saying, oh, the CD says that this many people are dying and that many people are dying. Hey, look, people die on motorcycles all the time, but I still ride. my motorcycles. I don't think that's going to be my fate. And as far as the vaccine is concerned, I decided to go ahead and take the vaccine because, I didn't want to die. And I don't know, peace be upon my good brother, Al Elliott. I don't know whether he took the vaccine or not. This is not about him. It could have been anything that was wrong with him. Just, the result was that he passed on. So that's the main thing. So, RIP to my good brother, Al Elliott. But, the decision, I made the decision based on how I felt about the vaccine. That's it. It wasn't about, because in the beginning, the reason why I was on the fence, and I was on the fence for a minute, the reason why I was on the fence was because I was reading the internet. I was letting the internet guide me. Every time I heard about somebody dying or somebody having a reaction from the vaccine, oh, now I'm not going to take it. Now, so it got down to, but I was still troubled by the fact that I was unprotected. So it got down to where I felt like I just had to take some kind of action. So, I relied on my belief in God, and I went ahead and took the vaccine. Now, it wasn't because of what I heard from the CDC. It wasn't the noise that I heard from other people talking about what happened with the vaccine, blah, 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 blah. Oh, 8,000 people died, which is not true. Oh, there's a chip in it. You already got a chip in you. It's called a cell phone. You already got a chip. People, the government wants to find you, they'll find you. You can't hide from anybody in the United States of America. If the government wants to find you, they will find you. If the government wants to know how much money you got in the bank, who you chit-chat with, whether you're cheating or not, the old case may be, the government will find you. The government knows everything about you already. So I decided to go ahead and take the vaccine, and I'm glad that I made that decision because now you're going to be required, like in New York, for example, you're required to have a vaccination card before you can go in a restaurant or the. You see, The people who are the anti-vaxxers are not anti-vaxxers because of the vaccine. Oh no, it's got political, and now it's about who you support. If you're a Biden supporter, you'll take the vaccine. If you're a Trump supporter of the former president, then you won't take the vaccine. Yeah, white folks have lost their minds. You can check that out on TikTok. I don't want to put that here, but you can check out what I say about white people. And I love my white folks who do listen to the Ron Kelly Show and who do watch the program. So I love, I appreciate the good things that come out of having Facebook. But Facebook, nobody does anything wrong. And I've said this a couple times. Nobody does everything wrong on Facebook. Every kid is perfect. Every marriage is like father knows best. And, nobody ever does anything wrong on Facebook. And we know that's not true. We know it's not true. The kids are all perfect. The mini me's, we like to call them, because we're so proud of them that that's me. That's me. That good kid right there, that's me. Well, see, but the bad kids don't get to be the mini me's. The kids that might be drug dealers or the kids that might be gangbangers, they don't get to be the mini me. They don't even make it to the Facebook page because they're embarrassment. Or people consider those kids as embarrassment. So they don't make it to the Facebook page. Only the good kids. The mini me's. Because nobody's going to call a kid a mini me who's in jail. You're not going to say, oh, that's the mini me after he just committed an armed robbery. You're not going to say, oh, that's the mini me. No, you're not going to say that. So everything is so perfect in Facebook. And we all know that everything is not what it seems to be. Oh, if your couples fight, the kid might, your kid, prior to the kid graduating, he might have got caught with a girl in the house or something like that. Every kid commits indiscretions, but it never makes it to Facebook. It never, those indiscretions those kids do, what those family members do, it never makes it to Facebook. Never. Because Facebook is like the land of make-believe where everything is always, nothing is wrong. Everything is just ducky and perfect and nothing is wrong. We all know that that's not true. Now, was it Mark Zuckerberg's vision of making Facebook a place where you only post the good things that happen to you and not the bad? Or you only post like if you had a fire or flood, but you don't post your indiscretions and things that you might do wrong or bad things you decided to do with conscious mind, and what is it? But anyway, it's like the it's like the land of make-believe where nothing ever goes wrong and nobody ever does anything wrong. Everybody is philosophically balanced. Everybody goes to church every Sunday, so religious. Everyone is beautiful. Blah 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 blah. 19 minutes past the hour. Okay, here's what we do. We'll take a quick break. Y'all didn't think I was going to just open a show with that topic, did you? No. If you thought that, you was wrong. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of this show. This is the Ron Kelly Show on my people, and it's on blogtalkradio.com. It's the RonKellyShow.com. Yes, indeed. This is the Ron Kelly Show, everybody, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com, streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook, the land of oh Jesus, the land of make believe. Remember that song? Maybe the Secret Garden. This is the garden of make believe. The Secret Garden. Remember that show with the two white girls who used to sing and dance around this garden, and little things used to pop. Anyway, the Ron Kelly Show is brought to you by Amaker and why is it not showing up there? Amaker and Porter. Okay, it's not showing up. All right, the Ron Kelly Show is brought to you by Amaker. I don't know why that's not showing up. But the Ron Kelly Show, everybody, is brought to you by Amaker and Porterfield. Your one-stop shop for all your transportation needs. Amaker and Porterfield, located in the Queen City of Plainfield, New Jersey, covers all the bases when it comes to transportation, either private or public, schools, parochial schools, medical transportation, you name it, they have it. Churches, synagogues, whatever. If you haven't, you need transportation to your destination, definitely get together with Amaker and Porterfield. Look them up. You can email Amaker and Porterfield if you will. It's amaker.porterfield at verizon.net. That's amaker.porterfield at verizon.net. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Ron Kelly Show on the eve of the start of the 2021 NFL season with the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, God. I mean, you should have just set their plane on fire rather than sending them to the home of the Super Bowl champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just awful. You know, they have to sit through this tonight. But you never know. Let's see. You never know. You never know. Okay, 23 minutes past the hour. Man, the time flies by so fast. You are watching yours truly. It's the Ron Kelly Show. So shout out to DL Jones who intimated with me about these topics. About why does a woman leave things in a man's house, leave their things in a man's house? And see, now I want you guys out there who are listening to the show, I want you to, be my co-host tonight. I need you guys to be my co-host tonight because I do the show. Yes, I do get some personal satisfaction out of it, but I do the show for you guys, not necessarily for me. So when I'm trying to figure out topics and stuff like that, I always think of the audience first. I don't think about what I think. I try to gear the show toward what my listeners and the people who listen to Ron Kelly Show all across America and folks who check me out on the social media platforms and on TikTok. I try to think about you guys first before I move on with the topic. And of course, the Ron Kelly Show is being sponsored by Amaker and Porterfield Transportation. Okay. All right. So why do women leave their things in a man's house without telling them? Now, I want you guys to be my co-host tonight. Shout out to Lamar Gates, who says, the city of Black Room where Black Caesar sits. Is that Plainfield? Okay. And shout out to Ronald McCready, who says tagging. Okay, I want you guys to be my co-host tonight. Okay. And I want you to share your opinion about what I'm talking about. And tonight, I have a couple topics. And I'm not beating up on women. I love my women. I love my Black, white, Asian, Native American women. So it's not about, pick on the women's night. No, it's not about that. But, I internet date. There's no shame in my game. Whatever. I internet date. I've internet dated occasionally. And the women, and a lot of the women, their main concern is that the man is being disingenuous. The main concern is the man telling the truth. Is he being honest? Does he have 5 baby mamas? And is he responsible? Does he live in his mother's basement? Does he have a job? Does he have a whip? And these are the things that women are mostly concerned about. It's like, I've internet dated. I mean, so what? I don't care if anybody knows that. Big deal. R. Kelly, you did that dated? Yes, I did. I have. Now, it can be interesting. And, you know, the lion's share of the women that I have talked to over the time that I've internet dated, they were so concerned about whether a man is being whether a man is telling the truth. Does he have a job? Is he married? Is he looking for a side piece? How many baby mamas is it? You know, does he have a job? Does he have a car? Does he have a disease? You know, so many different things that the women that I've spoke to anyway, I'm sure they tell every man that. And they wonder about a man being disingenuous. So I want you guys to be my co-host tonight. I want you to post your opinion on what I'm about to talk about, you know. And I did get some feedback on the shout out to Lamont Gates, who says my commercial. I'm not sure what that means, but you know, yeah, that commercial is kind of long, but I like it, so it stays. So why do women leave the things to the man? Now, I posted something about this. Like, I'm not able to pick it up right now. I'm not able to look at what I posted last week, but I posted on my Facebook page, and I got an assorted amount of responses. And I think that the number one response out of all the responses I got was that, and even some of the women who, and I want everybody who, you know, I won't say who, well, I don't know. Your name's going to show up here, but I won't broadcast it over the radio if you don't want me to. But yeah, so my question was, why do women leave their things in a man's house? Because I have a couple of friends. I have a friend who will remain nameless, who had a situation where something that a woman left in his house was found by somebody else. Now, it wasn't his girlfriend. I mean, he's not married. I'll put it like that. He's not married. And one woman, shout out to Marsh if he's watching the program. Oh my God. Marshy Coles. It's not Marsh, but he's not married. And the situation where a woman left something in his house and another woman found it. Now, the first thing women are going to say, well, why is it more than one woman? Why is it more than one woman going in your house? Which does have a little bit of, validity to that, but that's not the point. It's 29 minutes past the hour. So what happened was the woman left her things, left a particular item, feminine hygiene item in the brother's house. Now, I mean, it doesn't matter what it was that he left, and I want you people, those of you who are listening to the Ron Kelly Show, watching, whatever, to post your comment. Post your comment if you have one. If you don't have one, then don't post it. Post your comment about what you think. So anyway, so I posted last week, and some of the women were saying that when a woman leaves her things in your home, that she's marking her territory, so to speak. I mean, I don't mean like a cat, a dog, like an animal urinating on a certain pole or whatever. I don't mean it like that. But shout out to Albert Vega. You see what he wrote, right? I'm not even going to repeat it. But yeah. And so I think that the main reason why a woman would do that is to mark her territory, so to speak. So she's planting a landmine. She's planting a landmine in your house, because once another woman or somebody else you might be dealing with sees that landmine is going to go off. So shout out to Albert Vega. Thank you for your comment, brother. Thank you. Albert Vega, Wednesday night, DY Music Radio. Look him up, dywmusicradio.com. Yeah. So the main reason, judging from the feedback that I got from certain individuals who responded to that post, was that the woman leaves her stuff there so somebody else so in case another woman comes, she'll find that item. But see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right? The underlying circumstance, whatever you want to call it. Here's the thing. Now, you already believe that there's somebody else. You know, ladies, you already believe that there's somebody else. You believe that somebody else is coming there or might be coming there, whatever the case may be. But when you leave your personal hygiene or whatever it is, a pair of slippers, underwear, bra, whatever the case may be, when you leave your items in a man's house, you're basically you already know that there's somebody else coming in that house. You already know. Because if you didn't think anybody else was coming in that house, you wouldn't leave your stuff there. You know, you wouldn't leave your stuff there. So you already believe that there's somebody else coming into that home. You believe that. So see, women, and I guess some men too, but we're talking about women tonight. You know, I'll get on the men next week or the week after. See, now again, women. If you leave something in a man's house, or if you feel like you have to mark your territory, for example, then that means that somebody is. That means that you feel that somebody else is coming to that house when you're not there. You know. So for the women, why would you put up with that? You know, why would you be with somebody that you don't really trust? Why would you do that? You see, because. You know, I remember when Michael Baisden, you know, and I met Michael Baisden. I met Michael Baisden at the Rock the Mic Black Radio Convention that I attended. As a matter of fact, I was there twice in Miami. Stayed at the Fontainebleau. I was balling, and I stayed at the Fontainebleau. Anyway, so I met Michael Baisden, you know, the Michael Baisden show that used to be on New York radio before Kiss, Kiss decided they didn't want to be in business anymore. It's now ESPN radio. But anyway, so I remember when the Michael Baisden show used to come on, and the women would love Michael Baisden because they can call Michael Baisden, and Michael Baisden would listen to him cry, and you know, or you know, Michael Baisden would take phone calls and allow women to speak about their issues. You know, and see, why would you put up with that? If you're leaving something in somebody's, if you leave, shout out to Albert Vega says they do it on spite. So if another woman comes in, they know that another female was in there. Right, exactly. But my point is, now, why would you deal with somebody that you know or you feel is sleeping with someone else? Why would you put up with that? And see, that's the thing that women put up. Thank you, Albert Vega. Women put up with a lot of stuff. You know, they put up with a lot of stuff because we do a lot of stuff, and women put up with a lot of stuff. So why would you? Why would you feel that it was necessary for you to leave something in a man's house so another woman would find it? And shout out to Albert Vega. I need to put this back up on the screen again. They do it on spite. So if another woman comes in, they know that another female was in there. Exactly. That's why the women do it, because they want to mark their territory, so to speak. So if another girl comes in there, which is exactly what happened to a good friend of mine. That's exactly what happened. That somebody else came in and saw the little bottle sitting on the edge of the tub. We got to run an inside joke about this. I don't want to say it right now. Absolutely hilarious. And that's exactly what happened. You know, I had a woman take something from me because she thought another woman had gave it to me. Something that was pretty expensive. And she actually, I'm not going to say her name, she actually took what I had in my house and gave it to, and threw it away. Something that cost about $300 because she thought that somebody else had gave it to me. Because I bought the pair that I had got ruined, so I had to buy another pair. So I went from having a white pair to having a red pair, and she thought somebody gave it to me. So shout out Albert Vegas says, not me, I wouldn't stay in that type of situation. Yeah, see, because if you feel that a person, if I feel like I got them off my territory, then then I don't want to be in that situation, But the women, they do it. So the reason why they leave stuff in your house is so if another woman comes in there, they will find it. So if a woman leaves something in your house, she doesn't trust you. Basically, if she leaves something in your house, she doesn't trust you. Basically, that's the bottom line. She doesn't trust you. So that's the bottom line. Once again, the views and opinions expressed here are exclusively those of myself and Ron R. Kelly Media Enterprises LLC, and they are not those of my advertisers or anyone who supports me, my support team. Okay, everybody, it's 37 minutes past the hour. We got about 3 minutes left before the break. When we come back from the break. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about. Hold on, let me see what I got. A couple of. Nikki Totten says, if you have to leave something, then evidently you don't know the position you signed up for the other woman to find it if she's snooping. But see, my thing, Nikki, thank you, Nikki. My thing is, if you are watching, if you're in a relationship or even a sexiship, whatever. See, that's the other thing too. See, because if I was a woman, you wouldn't get nothing from me. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't get Nathan. And I guess part of that is because I am a guy. I've been a guy all my life, and I know what guys do. But you wouldn't be getting anything from me. Nikki Totten, thank you. Nikki Totten says, if you have to leave something, then evidently you don't know the position you signed up for. But I think you do, Nikki. I think you do, because if you're leaving something, then you feel that there's another woman on the field. You know what I'm saying? You think you know there's another woman in your situation. So I think you do know the position that you signed up for. I think I have to disagree with you. I think you do know the position you signed up for. Albert Vega says you throw it away. Well, that's one idea. Yeah, as soon as you find it, you toss it. Suzanne Newman says, so you're also assuming it's always done intentionally. Well, it depends. Suzanne Newman, thank you, Suzanne Newman from the country of Staten Island. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I believe that. Okay, let's say if a woman took off her underwear and it fell behind the bed, underwear. Sometimes I found underwear. Well, anyway, sometimes if it's so you can tell if somebody's planning something, or if it's you can tell if somebody's planting something, or if it's something that you want. I mean, if it fell on the floors, if it's incidental. You can tell that. You can tell, Suzanne Newman. You can tell if a woman is leaving something incidentally, or you can tell if a woman, Suzanne Newman, I'm dressing right now. You can always tell if a woman, because if it's in plain sight, then it's more than likely is an accident. If it's in plain sight, But if they put it behind the bottle or whatever, or they put one bottle behind the other, then that it was meant to be found. But if a woman leaves something it's out in the open, if she just dropped it on the floor or left it in plain sight, for example, if there's something that's in plain sight, then you can assume that she just forgot it. Maybe she was in a hurry, which somebody said on Facebook last week. So, Nikki Totten says, thank you, Suzanne Newman. Nikki Totten, I'm way over the break. Nikki Totten says, men feed you what you don't want to eat. Yeah, but if you open your mouth and you take it, if you open your mouth and you take it, then, you're not being force fed. Some women just take what they, I guess because there's a shortage of men or whatever, I've heard that they just deal with whoever. Albert Bates said, I found many earrings. I got a whole box full of earrings. I've been living here a long time, and I'm not married either. But I found a lot of earrings here. Nikki Totten says, if something is left on the ton, what does that mean? The man wanted the other woman to see it. Well, in rare cases, it could be where, because you don't want no drama, because we don't like drama. Mark Fowler says, when you deal with women from a pimp perspective, you avoid these simp issues. Maybe we ought to bring Mark Fowler, give Mark Fowler a segment and let him talk about pimp versus simp. We'll do that. We'll bring Mark Fowler in and we'll just do a segment, not a whole entire show. We'll do a segment and we'll talk about simps versus pimps. Because I know that's something that Mark Fowler's good brother holds dear. Okay, Nikki Totten says tub. Okay, so Nikki Totten says if something is left on the tub, the man wanted the other woman to see it. I mean, if he finds something and leaves it there, or if he finds it and puts it with the other woman, because people, even though we're grown, we still play these games, even though we are grown. But here's what we're going to do. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back with more of the program, and we'll talk about. Hold on, let me just look at this last comment. Nikki Totten is on it. Nikki Totten says that men love drama today. They have become very sensitive and want to be validated. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to cut Nikki Totten off. Anyway, we'll take a quick break, everybody, and we will come right back with more of my show. This is the Ron Kelly Show, my peoples, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, RonKellyShow.com, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and you can see some of my content on TikTok. So we'll take a break. We'll come right back with more. It's the Ron Kelly Show, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, RonKellyShow.com. All right, and we are back, everybody. It's the Ron Kelly Show, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com. And the Ron Kelly Show is sponsored by Amaker. I don't know why that's not showing up. The Ron Kelly Show was sponsored by Amaker and Porterfield Transportation, located in the Queen City. Located in the Queen City of Plainfield, New Jersey, conveniently located in Union County, Plainfield, New Jersey. And Amaker and Porterfield Transportation is your one-stop. Amaker and Porterfield Transportation is your one-stop shop for anything you need in regards to transportation, private transportation, medical, school. If you have a church who's giving a bus ride or a synagogue or whatever the case may be, Amaker and Porterfield is where you should go. 40 years in the business of transporting folks, an excellent safety record, reasonable rates, and very good, safe drivers with a great safety record. So definitely you can get in touch with my people at Amaker and Porterfield Transportation. It's amaker.porterfield at verizon.net. It's amaker.porterfield at verizon.net. And you can also call them as well. You have to look them up because I don't have the number in front of me. But look them up, and I promise you, they'll do a great job for you. Amoco and Porterfield Transportation, a proud sponsor of the Ron Kelly Show. So what you see is what you get, is what you see really what you get. Because the women, and Nikki Totten, I hope that you're still listening to the program, because I want you and the other women out here, Suzanne Newman and some of the other women who have decided not to make a comment, that, the women look for men to be honest, because I guess I've internet dated and I've met a number of women. Some were acceptable, some were not. But I think the common denominator amongst all the women that I've met, by either by an internet or in some other way, is that they want a man to be honest. But is a woman being honest? When you first meet a woman, is she actually being honest? Is that your hair? Are those your eyelashes? Did you get a breast enhancement? Did you get a butt lift? What do you look like? See, because women talk about men being disingenuous, but women are being disingenuous too. Because when they get dressed, when a woman gets dressed, she's being somewhat disingenuous because she's putting on, because women, they look completely different when they take off all that stuff. When the eyeliner is gone, the big eyelashes, did you get a breast enhancement? Did you get a butt lift? Did you get would you consider that a and I want to hear from my audience, would you consider that a woman? I think that there are some people who do, some men who consider that as being disingenuous because you got a butt lift, so that's not your butt. It's a butt that you bought. That's, those breasts are not, those are not the breasts that you had 6 months ago. Those are enhanced. So if a woman enhances herself, is that being disingenuous? Dickie Totten says, if I ever choose to deal with a man that I know is dealing with multiple women, I'm taking everything, even my shadow. Believe he is serving my purpose as well. Yeah, so right. So shout out to Albert Vega, who says that is facts. My brother, they look like a total. Yeah. So the woman, you go out and she's looking real good. She's got the heels on. She's got the tight dress and the hair all over the place, and the eyelashes, the makeup. She's looking good. But see so when she takes that stuff off, she looks like a totally different woman. So is a woman being disingenuous? My question is a woman being disingenuous? Is a woman being fraudulent? Is a woman being fraudulent when she gets dressed and puts on all this stuff to make herself look like somebody that she, under any other circumstances, is probably not? So is a woman? My question is a woman being disingenuous by when they get all dressed up and, with the butt lift and the breast enhancement and the, and then the woman gets they get the butt lift, they get the breast enhancement, they get the tummy tuck. Oh God, I'm out of water. They get the tummy tuck and there's something totally, and then when you if you happen to get with them at some point, I'm not saying this that same night, but let's say you romance, you go out, you take her out to dinner, and a certain period of time, okay, let's say the Steve Harvey 90-day nonsense, and then you're ready to, sweat the sheets up, and she takes off, and you're like, who's this? Who is this? Albert Vega says that is facts, my brother. They look like a totally different woman. Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. Mark Fowler says women always talk about if you're a real man, but are you a real woman? Are you a real? That's right. That's right. Are you a real woman? Because women, yeah. So, you want a real man, but are you a real woman? And I don't begrudge women for trying to enhance themselves. And we do things. We go to the gym, and but there's some stuff that we some of the more important things that we got what we got. We got what we're born with. There's no enhancement for that. Now you can try. Me myself personally, I'm happy with what I have, and I'm not. If I wasn't happy, I'm not going to take a chance of anybody destroying my ability to do anything. Suzanne Newman says dressing up, hair, and makeup are different than wigs, augmentation, giant lashes, bulked out lips. Okay, I'll accept that. And Suzanne Newman once again says dressing up, hair, and makeup are different than wigs, breast or butt augmentation, giant. She didn't say breast or butt. I'm just ad-libbing. Giant lashes or Botox lips. And I can accept that. I accept that. Nikki Totten says men have become bored with the natural woman. Now that they are taking it overboard, they're complaining. Pick your poison. Did you guys see that? Let me put it back up there again. Nikki Totten or Totten says men have become bored with the natural woman. Now that they are taking it overboard, they're complaining. Pick your poison. And I wouldn't say that. I mean, if the natural woman has a gigantic stomach and the hair standing up on her head, if that's a natural woman, then I think not. Because women, and I don't accept that, Nikki Totten, because women feel like they need to, enhance themselves because they look in the mirror and they can see that their thing ain't right. Mark Fowler says women can't speak for what men want when they've never been a man. And I agree with that. I definitely do agree with that. Albert Vega says, Nikki, sorry, but not true. Right. Because Albert Vega says, I like natural. I like natural too. I like locks and stuff. I mean, as long as you're fine as hell, I don't care what's on top of your head, but be right, though. Have your body right. See, because women, because a lot of these days women focus on hair and nails. The hair and nails is not going to help you if you're overweight or out of shape, But the women focus, I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to get my nails done. Shout out to Albert Vega says he likes natural. Yeah. And the women focus on hair and nails, and that's it. And then they get mad at the white girls, our Nubian queens, get mad at the white girls and say they're taking the black men away. No, they're not. Because white girls, and I have to say, white girls, I know I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but white women are usually in, you see them jog. I see white women jogging all the time. Occasionally I see a sister, a Nubian sister, jogging. But white women, for the most part, stay in shape. White girls stay in shape for the most part. Most of them, a large majority of them, they stay in shape. And sisters don't. Nikki Totten says, Albert, that is you. Much appreciated. Mark Fowler, there's about 6 minutes left of the hour. 6 minutes left of the program. Mark Fowler says society tells women that they can shame men, but men can't return the favor. And I don't know if I want to shame men there, Mark Fowler. I don't know about that. Nikki Totten says a skinny man may not look good either. It's how you carry yourself. Well, then he should take some weight. Then he should take some. Then he should get some whey protein and try to gain a little weight. A skinny woman. Move on. Albert Vega says, let's not get into those fake eyelashes. It looks so bad and they think they're cute. Yeah, because it looks like they're going to fly away. But the point is that women, I think that these women are, I would say if they have issues, Nikki Totten, Suzanne Newman, who says, I'm going to disagree with the white woman comment. Not all do. It's a lot of work and commitment. No, but on the, and I respect that, Suzanne Newman, and I know you are a white woman, but it's been my experience for the most part, when I see white women, they're usually in shape. That's my experience. And I'm now are white women all overall on a whole in shape? I don't know. But, you know, for the most part, for every 20 white women I see, there might be one that may not be in shape, and because she's a mother, you know, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, and right. Yes, you are a white woman. I can see that in your picture. And I run. Okay. Yeah. See, that's the thing. So, yeah, the fake eyelashes are terrible, but we know they're fake. So it's not, you know their eyelashes don't look like that. You know the eyelashes are fake. Mark Fowlis, I don't know if I don't know if women, I don't know if I want to shame women, so to speak. I don't know if I want to speak to shame that, but I just want to put Albert Vega's comment back up here. He likes natural, and most of us do. Because Nikki Totten, who's partaking in the program this evening, said something about black. Let me see if I can find it. Men have become bored with women. That's what she said. Men have become bored with women, bored with the natural woman. Now that they are taking it over. And see, and a lot of, and to suffice it to say, it's about 3.5 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. Which I'll be going to partake of the Dallas Cowboys getting annihilated by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. People do things for themselves because they feel like they have a deficiency. If a woman goes and gets a butt lift, she feels, I don't know if it's always about getting a better butt for a man. I don't know if it's always about getting better breasts for a man in particular. I think the women do some of these things, the eyelashes and the hair and the lace front wig. I don't know if they even do that anymore. But I think that women do these things for attention. They do these things because they want to get attention. Mark Fowler says, about 2 minutes left to the program, Mark Fowler says, feminist women say that masculinity is toxic, but have a Pookie and Ray Ray dude. Oh, Jesus. I want y'all to keep, because I'm going to engage with you guys after the show on Facebook Live. So, I want you to stay in this thread. It's about a minute left to the show. I want you to stay in this thread and continue to post your comments, and I will post my responses after the show is over. Nikki Totten says, men are never satisfied with what they have until they lose it. Well, you can't be satisfied with something after you lose it. You can wish. I've been with women and I've made some mistakes and I've lost some women that I should have kept. And yeah, of course. But I don't know if a woman is coming and being, if she's coming clean and she's doing the things. Look, all you want is a good woman. All I want is a good woman. That's all I want. I don't need all the hair and the makeup and the nails and the pedicures and all that. So I just need a decent woman. Okay, everybody, 13 minutes left to the program. I want to thank you so much for joining me this week. Shout out to my sponsors, Amica and Porterfield Transportation in Plainfield, New Jersey, and all of you who partake of the Ron Kelly Show. So until next week, everybody, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice than we may not have it all together, but together we can certainly have it all. Thank you so much. I am done.